Hey Sagittarius, how you doing? Hope all is well. Vibrant here. Welcome to your October reading. Today's reading is all around manifesting your best self. So I've drawn, it's a 7-card spread, and I've pre-drawn your cards. So I'll get into it. Before we get into your reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. um, yeah, and all the information for your personal readings are in the description box below. Hit me up. Let's get into it for a more extended reading, a more personal one to you. But take these messages as they resonate. This is not time specific nor gender specific. So take the messages as they resonate and leave what doesn't. Okay, brilliant. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So like I said, today's reading is centered around manifesting your best self. So this spread I got from Pintrest. It's from the Emerald Lotus Divination. They do some brilliant spreads. So if you're into doing your own cards, they got some brilliant spreads over there, and Biddy Tarot. So yeah, let's jump into it. So the first position is your current state. So this will tell me where you're at now, mentally and emotionally and energetically. Okay, so the first energy for your current state is the Hermit. So for many of you are in Hermit mode. This means you are taking time for introspection. You are closing yourself off at this time. You're spending some time alone to heal, to really get in tune with yourself and in tune with the Creator. This is where you are not concerned with the outside opinions of others. You're not concerned with the affairs of the world. You're just concerned with your own spiritual health, your own mental well-being, and giving self-love. So for some of you, it's been a quite dark time. You've had to deal with a lot of harsh energy. And for some of you, this is just a time where you would prefer to disassociate yourself with certain people, places, and things, or to detach yourself from unhealthy people, places, and things, essentially. And then we've got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is looking onto the horizon, waiting for your ships to come in, deciding on your next venture. Also, this is for those who have already set out on their venture, and they're looking at whether or not the decisions that they made have been the right ones based on the outcome. So for some of you, this is an anxious wait. For some of you, this is excitement. But this is about standing on the edge of the rest of your life, standing on the edge of a new way of being. So it's a beautiful energy, a lot of introspection going into yourself, and also an energy of projecting what it is that you want and waiting to see what the outcome is once you have laid your cards out on the table. So yeah, so that's a beautiful energy in general. For some of you, like I said, with the Hermit mode, where it's been very, very difficult, just know that once you start making the decisions, things will manifest in the way you want them to. So what is the blockage then? So we know that for some of you are in Hermit mode, and for some of you have made decisions that you're not quite sure whether they were right. You're waiting to see the outcome. You're waiting to see what kind of response you get, and things of that nature. So what is the blockage? So for some of you, it looks like it is your relationship. So for some of you, your lover or your significant other, this relationship is has put a strain on your energy. I think that's probably why you had to go into yourself for a while. For some of you, the relationship that you're in was draining or unfulfilling. Or for some of you, quite chaotic. And because of that, it's meant that some of the energy has been quite heavy. And this is why for some of you, you went into that Hermit mode, because the relationships, or even your past relationships, have held a lot of heavy energy. So you went in, so it seems like for some of you, went into yourself to heal, to accept where you're at, to show yourself some love, some self-care. But for some of you, this relationship is the blockage for you. Maybe for some of you, you're spending too much of your energy in this partnership and not spending enough time for introspection, for that time for yourself. And for some of you, this relationship has been a block for some time, or there seems to be conflict within the relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, it just means that you are now healing from that relationship, it looks like. Because if you can see, it seems like at a time it was very, very intense, and it's a positive card in general, but when we're looking at it in the position of being a blockage, we know that maybe it was too much energy going on, or maybe you were too wrapped up in this scenario. So moving to the second position, which is what you have overcome. So what have you overcome, Sagittarius? We've got the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is all about standing up for yourself, not allowing yourself to be bullied, standing up for what you believe in, being steadfast in what you believe, not being able to be moved, standing up for yourself. If you can see that there's 7 wands directed at this woman here, and she is in a place of peace. They cannot penetrate her circle of protection because of the work that she's been doing while in hermit mode. So the work, the decisions to do certain things, maybe you may not know how it's going to turn out with your relationships. However, the more you look after yourself is the more protection you have from the outside influences. So you will be able to stand up for yourself, and it won't feel as though you're defeated or you have no protection or you have no backative. Divine is here backing you, and Divine has been helping you work through the conflicts that's been going on within your family, whether it be your career, finances, your peer circle. Okay, so you've moved away from allowing people to just get away with things just for the greater good. For some of you, you've just not said anything so that it hasn't gone into this whole big thing, when realistically you do need to stand up for yourself. You do need to let it be known what you think, what you feel, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, so that you can put up healthy boundaries. So to recap, your current position, your current state is the hermit, introspection, taking some time out, being alone. Also waiting for your ships to come in, decisions made, have I made the right decision, waiting for the outcome. For some of you are in a state of just waiting to see what the outcome is. So there is a hopeful excitement, there's a little bit of anxiety, and there's some introspection and healing. For some of you, it's quite heavy. And it seems to relate to what the blockage is, because the blockage seems to be the Lovers. So I'm saying it looks like for some of you, the relationships that you have had a knock-on effect on your energy. They've drained you, so that you've had to go into yourself. You've had to take some time away from people just to recenter and to rebalance. And what you've overcome is the Seven of Wands. So you have gone from allowing things to just go over your head. Now you're going to be more intentional about telling people how you feel, setting your healthy boundaries and standing up for yourself. Definitely standing up for yourself, and rightly so. Don't have it. So what's the new energy position for? So the new energy is about making decisions. The Two of Wands is a doing energy, and again, so this is why it's an action card. This is you actively taking the stance of standing up for yourself. And this is actively making decisions towards your your life, making those decisions that you felt nervous of making, understanding that you are divinely protected within your bubble, okay, in your peace, bringing it back to zero. Amen. Taking that leap of faith to make certain decisions. And for some of you, this decision is towards your spirituality. We've got the Hierophant here. So this is your upgrades. This is your ascension towards higher states of being. This is spirituality. For some people, this is religion. For some people, this is a way of life. For some people, you know, it's becoming aware and conscious. Okay, so you're moving into a state of more consciousness, and I think the decision is how much time you're going to give to your spiritual growth, you know. And for some of you, this is about a decision about coming together. The Hierophant also talks about marriage and traditions. So this also could be a decision towards you know, connecting with someone, saying, yeah, it looks like we're going to take the plunge, we're going to get married. It could talk about, you know, collaboration in the sense of that togetherness. What do you call it? Congregation, making decisions to congregate with like-minded people, you know. So this is very, very positive energy, what you're moving into. So what is the first step that you can take to become the better you, or your best self? So the first one is the Six of Cups. This talks about your past. So one of the steps that you can take is slowly deal with the issues of your past. It doesn't have to be done within overnight, but there are certain issues that you need to address with those who you can address, and those who you can't, because maybe they're not in this realm anymore, or you choose not to do it physically. There are energetic soul ties that you can break. There are prayers and affirmations that you can say. There are cutting affirmations that you can say, and, you know, doing away of energy, just so that you can cut some of the ties. And for some of you, it feels like you've already done this. And for some of you who are still on your journey, where you have done a huge amount of cleansing and you have healed a lot and broke a lot of your soul ties, it also talks about that there's more levels to this. So if you feel like, oh, I've done so much, and there's always seems to be more, there are other ways of dealing with it. Maybe the way that you dealt with it, you've exhausted all your options, but there are other ways. Like I said, making that decision to get around like-minded people, deal with your spirituality, get yourself more involved in self-care and healing. Okay, and that will help, especially to deal with healing from your past. Okay, and the second step that you can take towards your better self, or best self, is, we've got the Six of Pentacles here. So this is about sharing. This is charitable giving. This is gifting people things. This is tangible love service. This is your energy, your love, your time, anything that you can tangibly offer, a service, financial support. Yeah, it's all about being charitable. I think it's all about recognizing your time and your energy and your efforts, and weighing up who is going to have the honor of having your energy, your time, and being able to benefit from being around you and benefiting from your attributes, your love service. Okay, so this is all about the art of giving and receiving. Yeah, so you're going to be moving towards a better balance around it. And what's going to help that is the Ace of Swords, and this is an air sign card. So we're talking about the mind, the truth, get into the real nitty gritty. Can you see what's going on, the spiral that's going on in her mind? So this is the truth. This is the truth peeking in. Okay, allowing for the confusion to be melted away. Okay, so the truth will come out. You may find other truths come to light that may rock what you thought or rock your world, and you are unsure of how you will get through this because this revelation is so big. Or for some of you, it's about being true to yourself and being honest. And within this energy, if you do come up with more opposition, this is about being bold and truthful, letting people know what you're willing to have and what you're not willing to have. Okay, making your intentions clear, transparent, you know, speaking truth to yourself and others, and being open to hear the truth, no matter how difficult it may be. Always be open to that because it's all about growing. Okay, so just to recap, no, let me go to the 7th position, which is the last, which is best self. So what does your best self look like? What do you need to do in order to be your best self once you've moved from these positions? We have the Knight of Wands. So we're talking about taking that action, baby. Yeah, wands are action. That's getting things done. That's saying, I want to do that, like now. I'm into it. Let's get it on now. This is what I want to invest in. This is what I want to participate in. And you're being very, very intentional and unapologetic about your stance right now. And it's very, very beautiful. And it feels very light and empowering in actual fact. Like my chest got very warm. Like there's a sense of inner love when you have really been honest with yourself and dealt with certain things, and you've taken the opportunity to continue to grow through the pain and was open to progressing and learning. So this is like some real intentional, like for some of you, you know exactly what it is that you're going for. You know what the next steps are. And you're about to go for it passionately. Go for it. Go for it, Sagittarius. Go for it. So let's get a quick recap. Okay. So we know the current state is the hermit mode, introspection, 3 of Wands, decisions made. What is the outcome? You know, the waiting game. Is it the right thing? What's going to happen? Waiting for your ships to come in. The block seems to be the Lovers. So some type of romantic or relationship that is draining, that has caused some heavy energy around you. This could be you coming out of it, or this could be that you're still in the thick of this relationship. For some of you, already out of this relationship because you recognized what it was, and that is why you needed the time. That is why you need this time to go within to heal from this relationship that was unfulfilling. Okay, and what you've overcome is allowing people to get away with blue murder. You are taking yourself away. You are standing up for yourself. The 7 of Wands is all about standing up for what you believe in and standing up for yourself, not allowing people to bully you, and surrounding yourself with that inner peace. Can you see that inner peace when none of their wands can penetrate her inner peace? So this is about becoming one with yourself, so much so, especially within this energy, the hermit mode that I was saying. For some of you, you have been building up your defenses, okay, and you're not allowing these ones to affect your well-being, okay, and moving into your new energy. It's all about making that decision, making a decision towards moving forward. You know that there's something that you want to do, that you need to do. And we also have the Hierophant, which is all about spiritual alignment. If you can see here, this is the spiritual journey, ascension to peace, fulfillment, oneness, coming back to peace, back to zero. And this also can speak of religion. This is also can speak of a lifestyle change. This is a decision to be more around like-minded people, talking about congregation, church, groups, whether it be online, in person, but like-minded people. So there's a decision that's being made. If it hasn't been made yet, that is going to be made to be around people who are going to edify you and inspire you to be more. So that's beautiful. So the first step that you can take Sagittarius, to becoming your best self, is to deal with the issues of the past. Like I said, for some of you, this feels like you're already started this process. And for some of you, this is the beginning of it. You're now being more intentional about your spirituality, which is now making you look within, now making you unwrap what the trauma is that you have, unwrap the behaviors that you have, whether it be childhood or whether we're just talking about a few years ago or a couple of days ago. We're talking about the past. So it could be anywhere from right now all the way up until childhood. Yeah, so, and we also know these things are generational. So there are things within our DNA that we, that come to the surface when we are healing. Okay, but it's good to look it in its face and deal with it head on. You have that divine support. Yeah, you have that divine support all around you. Just be bold and unapologetic. Okay, so the second step that you can take is for your giving and receiving. So this is about charitable giving, financial support, gifting somebody something, offering a service, offering time, energy, tangible, anything that you can buy and pay for a service, a product, and even just your energy sharing, your love. It's the boundaries as well. It's about knowing when and who to give, what to, prioritizing. And it's all about being 100% truthful, knowing that you need to be truthful to yourself and others. And also that a huge truth could come to light. But when this truth comes to light, you're able to deal with it from a place of clarity, because you've already made the decision to go within for your spiritual upgrades. You have your protection now because you are being intentional about what you truly know, what your intention is, what your participation is in your expansion, and you've gone within. Yeah, so the truth of where you're at is what you need to do. Be truthful to the situation, be truthful to these ones that are trying to impede on your peace or who do not understand your journey. Yeah, you have to be honest and be real with them, whether you feel like it's going to be an easy situation or not. And last but not least, what it looks like for your best self is the Knight of Wands. And this is about going passionately towards new venture, a new situation. This is action. This could be action towards a new project, a new contract, a new career, a new job title, anything. For some of you, this is actually action towards another person, action towards a collaboration. And that came up in the last reading as well with the Scorpios, I believe. Yeah, there's an energy of collaboration going on, but I'm loving this energy. And we also have, like, in closing, We've got some affirmations that will support you moving forward throughout this month and the future. So the first one we have is I love without fear. I love without fear. Okay, so that is not having to worry about being honest and setting your boundaries, because you know that there's no need for you to fear what's going to happen. You've already put out what it is, and once it's gone out, it's got nothing to do with you anymore. You love without fear. You love without worrying about what the outcomes will be. Okay, I am abundant in all areas of my life. I am abundant in all areas of my life. I am abundant in all areas of my life. And last but not least, we have I create the life I want. I create the life that I want. I create the life that I want. I love that. Well, that has been your reading, Sagittarius. Blessings. Enjoy the rest of your Libra season. It's lovely this season. Whether you're watching it in time or not, because obviously this is not time specific, nor gender specific. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Blessings, everybody. Take care. See ya.